Okay, you guys are fourth graders. If you remember in the last class, we talked a little bit about regions in the United States. Could someone say a region in the United States?
Midwest.
Midwest, good. How about another? West Coast? Mike?
Northeast.
Northeast, okay. We're going to be talking about the Southwest region today. Can someone tell me a characteristic of the Southwest region? Mike?
Dry.
Dry, good. Why is it dry? Go ahead.
It's hot.
It's hot, yes. What is there that makes it hot and dry? Desert, good. All right, we're going to watch a video from another fourth grader that he had to do for a class to start off today.
And this is a presentation on the Apache Indian tribe. The Apache tribe lived in this highlighted area. It's the southwest desert of the United States. Colorado, Texas, Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico. Apaches ate a wide variety of foods. Meat was a main part. They hunted turkey, buffalo, and deer. They also liked jackrabbits. They picked berries, nuts, and they ate cacti. They loved corn but did not grow it. They traded animal hide, bones, and meat for it. There were some foods they considered unclean, like snakes, bugs, and reptiles. They also would not eat fish. All of these unclean foods were considered taboo. The Apache tribe lived in wickiups, also known as wigwams. They're in the shape of a dome and keep a fire on the inside. There's a hole on the top to let the smoke out. They are made of branches and covered with grass, bark, and animal hide. They live near natural resources like forests and water. Apaches had interesting clothes. Men wore breechcloths in the summer. Breechcloths were pieces of material that covered their front and back. In cold, they wore long shirts and deerskin. Women wore dresses. They decorated their clothes with shells and beads. Men had long hair and wore a leather band on their head. All year long, they wore moccasins on their feet. The Apache tribe is known for their beautiful baskets. They weaved from yucca leaves, willow reeds, and bark. They added color from dye made of flowers or animal blood. They used the baskets to carry things like fruits or nuts. Men spend most of their time hunting animals like deer, turkey, and buffalo with a weapon called the bow and arrow. They would wear animal masks or antlers so they could sneak up on their prey more easily, like that deer right there. The Apache tribe had many different rituals and customs. I thought the most interesting one was the mountain spirit dance. They believed that their ancestors were spirits in nature, the rocks, trees, mountains, and wind. The dance ensured that the spirits protected them from enemies and defeat. They wore this headdress and these sticks to do the dance. Here's a fun fact. Geronimo was a famous Apache warrior who fought against the U.S. government who was taking tribal lands. In World War II, Army paratroopers would yell, "Geronimo," when they jumped because they wanted to be fearless like Geronimo. Geronimo! I'd like to thank you for watching my video, and I'd like
Okay, so I handed you this Venn diagram because we're going to be comparing some information from this video to some text that we're going to read after this. So go ahead on the left side, write video, on the right side, write story. And with your elbow partner, or the group of three that you have, then let's talk about some things that were in this video, and maybe you can write them underneath for when we have to compare. So go ahead and discuss about some of the facts of the Apache Indian tribe.
Dome house.
Ooh.
Hunted deer,
We already
buffalo,
went
and there was a third one. Jackrabbits, was it? There was another big one. Turkey.
You do you, man.
War,
Spiritual.
front, back cover. Indian cloth. And auxiliary.
I'm not sure if it's spelled different.
Or the head, what do they call that, headpiece, headdress? It was a leather band. No, the big one that he wore with the sticks. I know.
Yeah, or corn. The last one. Maybe.
Bow and arrow. How could you forget?
A bird.
That poor deer. That was hilarious.
What do you see?
Let me know when you guys have finished up.
That's probably good.
You guys good? Okay, now we're gonna read this together out loud. And then when we're reading this, we're gonna stop every once in a while and discuss some of the vocabulary words that we could go through that maybe we've heard in the video before or something we've discussed. So Maddie, could you start off by reading that first line and then the next paragraph too?
The Apaches, one of the most famous Native American groups, have lived in the southwest United States for 600 to 1,000 years. Apache is pronounced Apache, and it isn't the only name for these remarkable people. In fact, it isn't even from the Apache language. There are different theories of where the term originated. According to some, it comes from a word meaning enemy in the language of the Zuni, a neighboring tribe. The Apache originally called themselves
Nadi.
Nadi or Nadi, which means the people. Today, however, most Apache people refer to themselves as Apaches.
Go ahead, Holly.
The Apache first came to the southwest United States sometime between 1000 and 1400 AD, which means they had been living in the region for at least 100 years before Spanish explorers first reached the area. By the 19th century, theirs was one of the most interesting cultures in North America.
What was it like to be an Apache? In the 19th century, the Apache did not spend much time on their feet. They were among the greatest horse riders in the country, and they rode horses every chance they got. Unlike European settlers, the Apache did not bother with saddles. Instead, they rode bareback.
Mike?
Instead of staying in one place and building cities, the Apache were nomadic and liked to move around. As the seasons changed, the Apache would go with them. They would go one place to hunt and another to look for fruits and nuts to eat. They would go one place for the summer and another for the winter. Although they never stayed in one place for very long, the Apache had a great connection to the land.
Sean?
Where did they sleep? There were 3 different kinds of Apache houses: the teepee, the wickiup, and the hogan. Teepees are triangular tents that could be taken down and moved whenever it was time to go from one place to another. These were used by Apache living on the plains.
Wickiups and hogans were more permanent than teepees. Wickiups were 8 foot tall wooden frames covered in brush. Hogans were made of mud or clay. They were used for shelter during the winter when it was cold. The thick earthen walls would keep Apache warm when it was too cold for life on the plains.
What is Apache life like today? In the late 1800s, the Apache fought a series of wars against the United States Army led by great warriors like Geronimo and
Cochise.
They fought for years to protect their way of life, but the United States Army was too strong for them and gradually forced the Apache onto reservations in New Mexico and Arizona.
Today, Apache people in those reservations work to maintain their ancient culture. Though they are proud of their past, they led modern lives. There are Apache all over the country, from New York to Los Angeles. After hundreds of years in the United States, Apache culture remains as exciting as ever.
Okay, so like we did with the video, I want you to re-go through this article for this reading, and then either underline or write down underneath the right-hand side some of the same things, or actually you can start to fill in the Venn diagram if you want. If you find some similar things, or if you find something from the text that wasn't in the video, write it on the right-hand side. Find something in the video that wasn't in the text, write it on the left-hand side. Begin to fill in that Venn diagram.
Yours is gonna be all jacked up. You're gonna have arrows and detours. Detours.
Once you've filled out the Venn diagram, put your pencil down so I know that you're done, please. Everybody finished? So we're gonna make one big Venn diagram over here. Up on the board. Green will be the video. Black will be what they both share. And blue will be the story. Alright, so we're gonna just go down the line and we're gonna list off some things that we each have. And if some you don't have, then write it down in yours. So let's go with the video first. This will probably have less than the other two, but that's okay. So, Maddie, did you find something in the video that's not in the story?
They had lots of rituals.
Rituals? Holly?
In the video, they talk about like a lot about their clothing.
Clothing? Yeah?
They talked more about what they hunted and what they didn't hunt.
More in detail about hunting? Details. Cause in the story it talks about where they hunt, but not really what.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, do you have anything for the video?
They wore moccasins.
Or moccasins? Ties in with clothing, that's okay.
Yeah.
Sean?
They didn't eat fish.
No fish? Any more, Maddie? Was that about it for you?
They used the bow and arrow.
Oh, yeah. Weapons. Holly?
I didn't have
Any
to.
more? Brianna, any more? Either of you two anymore? Okay, let's go to what they share. Start with you, Sean.
Is it something that goes in the middle?
Yep.
They both talked about Geronimo.
Geronimo. Mike?
That's all I had was Geronimo.
Okay.
I took it from the picture, but long hair.
Okay.
Like in the picture, it has long hair.
Yeah, that
We
works.
talked about it.
Yeah, goodbye.
Holly?
They both talked about their housing.
Housing? If you don't have any of these, then make sure you write them down because we're doing a check for understanding in a little bit. Patty?
They're both from the south, like, we both talked about the southwest.
The region, okay. Go ahead and raise your hand if you have any more that aren't up here. Sean?
They ate fruits and nuts and
Fruits and
traveled
nuts.
around.
Food and nomadic.
Yeah.
Any more? Okay, let's go on to the story. Reed, can we start with you?
Cochise. The story talked about him.
Oh, the person?
Yeah.
So, she's saying or whatever? Holly?
Lived on reservations.
Reservations nowadays? Patty?
They're horse riders.
Horse riders?
Bareback.
Sean?
Where their name comes from.
Where the name comes from? Origin? Name? Mike?
They rode bareback.
Bareback? Can you explain what that is?
No saddle.
No saddle. Some people might not know. I'm not a frequent horse rider. Any more? Raise your hand if you do.
Red horses?
We got horses up there.
Oh.
They have 3 different kinds of houses.
3 different kinds of houses. Any more? Okay. Now we're gonna do a little check for understanding. Be a 3rd class period on dealing with Native Americans, specifically the Apache in the Southwest region. So you can use the Venn diagram for helping your answers. Also, you can refer back to the story because it's specifically from the story. So if you did end up on anything, it could be very helpful. You just need to do the first page. Just do the first page. This would be like a wrap up assignment for the chapter. do the one page, huh? Unless you wanna keep going.
Good.
Okay, now that's the wrap up for the Southwest region. Tomorrow we'll be starting into the Southern region. Then when we all get done, we're gonna be doing something like the kid in the video, and we're gonna pick a Native American tribe from a different region and be creating our own video like he did. And we'll discuss more of that once we get to it.